You're listening to The Scrimmage with Daniel Hargrove and Justin Domashevitz.
Sorry.
Daniel's really excited.
I am really excited. We don't have Justin again today, which has me really excited. No, I'm Daniel Hargrove. Welcome to The Scrimmage. We also have Shawn O'Neill here with us today. Again, 2 weeks in a row. Andrew disappeared. We started it, and then he left. But I think he's here somewhere. He is our trusty producer of our show. I am copying the link to our show as we speak so I can send it to my family. That way our viewership doubles, because right now we are at 0 views. Zero. But somebody will inevitably tune in and listen to us talk about random stuff. No. We have a lot of fun things to talk about today.
Lots of fun things.
Why Shawn O'Neill hates fun? No, I'm just kidding.
That might get on here.
That might be my devil's advocate case for that discussion. That is going to be hilarious, though. I'm super excited about that. No trivia because we have so many different things to talk about regionally, with the Seahawks doing great. The Mariners on a 9-game winning heater right now. It has been awesome. We also have a bunch of local sports to get to, including one thing that I wanted to start off the show with this week, which I was at the Aberdeen Stellicum game.
Stellicum or Stellicum?
Well, my brother would say Stellicum, and I think some other people say Steelicum, but I'm pretty sure it's Stellicum.
Oh, okay.
Stillicum.
Is it Stillicum?
I've always said Stillicum.
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 It's spelled weird.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know that it was spelled that weird until
I
doing
just
the broadcast.
know that your brother likes to say it weird.
Yeah, he likes to say Stellicum.
We have one person viewing now.
There
Greetings.
we go.
Welcome,
one person. Drop a hi in the chat so I know who you are. That'd be nice. If you know what, a lot of times we have a lurker view from
doubled two.
A lot of times we have a lurker view from Nome, Alaska. So, Caitlin, if you're watching, you should say hi, because we like it when you tune in. Andrew's sister, Caitlin. Anyway, so I'm covering Alaska. I was covering the Aberdeen Stellicum football game on the radio this week, and but this story starts off with an unfortunate circumstance. A kid broke his leg.
Oh.
And we didn't know it was broken at the time, but we heard afterwards it looked like a bad was that the tibia?
Tibia.
Is that the lower tib
fib femur?
Okay, yeah. So it was either tibia or fibia fracture. Really bad. Had to get stretchered.
Yeah, that's not good.
And it sucked, and it's a super long delay. Everybody's worried about this kid. Thankfully, he's moving around, so you didn't have the concern of, oh shoot, is this a spinal injury or anything like that. But the cool part is the sportsmanship on both sides. So everybody's taking a knee, even though it's a Stellicum player. All the Aberdeen kids are taking a knee. And then we notice, hey, the Stellicum kids, there's a group of them praying. And then we look over and, hey, now there's an Aberdeen group of kids, like the starters on the field, have kneeled down and they're praying for their fallen combatant. But, at that point, it's not really opponent. You're all football players at that point,
Right.
And so I thought that was really cool to see.
Awesome.
But then even better, when they started to actually stretcher him off the field, both starting units of each team came together to, go shake his hand and wish him well. But then they did more than that. Instead of just doing that, it just impromptu prayer group for this young man broke out, and both starting units of both teams just stood there and prayed for him a little bit, kind of held up the EMTs, and had a little prayer session for him, and that was the first time I've ever seen anything like that in a high school game.
That's really impressive. It's the level of leadership and situational awareness and perspective of what actually is happening is really impressive for high schoolers for sure.
Absolutely. And so that just, to me, it stood out that there's something cool going on with the culture at Aberdeen's football team right now. And I know a few of the kids, and it's hard not to point to the kid who I don't know if I know him the best, but my pastor's son, Luke, is on that team, and he kind of led those two prayer groups. But then a few plays later, Luke gets a concussion, like super hard contact. He's playing free safety. Quarterback comes out of the backfield. They meet really hard. He gets his head knocked. Yeah. And so his coach, Todd Bridge, to his credit, sprints out onto the field as soon as he notices Luke trying to get up and having some wooziness, then takes his helmet away. And he's like, yeah, you're done. So you like to see that too, because I think a lot of times one of the knocks against football coaches, especially older ones, is they're kind of stuck in the past of when I played, we used to have
you don't have to remember playing, buddy.
Exactly. Or coach says it's okay to bleed from the ears, that type
of
thing.
I'm going to tell Todd that you said especially older ones.
Don't tell Todd that. Don't.
There's a not 0% chance that he's actually listening.
Darn
right
it!
Now.
Don't tell Todd that.
When football coaches, especially older ones.
Shut up, Sean. Dang it. I deserve that. But I was very impressed by the urgency that he had to keep his players safe.
That's really great.
And then his mom posts on Facebook, and I think it was yesterday or today, and I talked to Luke afterwards, and he said, yeah, it really hurt. I was feeling woozy. Came off the field. Two of my buddies came and prayed for me, and I started feeling a lot better, instantly. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. But he's like, yeah, but they still wanted to keep me out of the game, precautions. And I'm like, totally get it. And he's like, yeah, it's wisdom. And I was like, absolutely. So his mom posts the story today and says that it wasn't even his football teammates. It was two of his buddies who were in the student section, hopped the fence, jumped onto the fence and went and prayed for him. And I just thought that was so cool too, to know that you have people who care for you that much.
Of course. Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
I've been in, I don't know, it feels similar when I was playing football with the Bearcats. One time I came off the field and my shoulder was pretty jacked up, and Andrew was on me instantly, helping me stretch out my shoulder. And my dad was looking at me from the sideline going, oh, shoot, Daniel separated his shoulder or something like that. It was just a little jammed. It was fine. But
it's just a little jammed.
The community, the brotherhood of football especially, but team sports in general, I think is a really cool thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I thought that it was really cool to not only see the team's community, but then the two teams coming together, even in an intense game that ended with a one-score difference.
Yeah.
Aberdeen ended up falling 19-12, but they're down at the goal line to end the game. Ended up losing, and yet they all went through the handshake line extremely civilly. Coaches congratulated each other. And then, Andrew, it was like a Bearcats game. After the game, both entire rosters got together at midfield and were led in prayer by, I believe it was Dylan Brown, and from Aberdeen. And I just thought that was super cool as well. It was the community of not just a football team and the culture of one football team, but it was the culture of the entire football community going hey, we just played this sport that's extremely violent. There's a lot of risk involved, and we all got through it together. And now let's celebrate that together and thank God for it. And I thought that was just such a cool situation that happened. And so I wanted to point that out. And then on our Facebook page today, I asked for Athlete of the Week nominations, and Lindsay typed on here. She was like, not an Athlete of the Week nomination, but a cool thing that happened. She said, and she posted a picture with it too, and it was youth football. Oh, and of course now Facebook's going to go most relevant, not all comments. No, I want all the comments, darn it.
At least it doesn't do the thing where you want to see it and it reloads as you start to read it.
Exactly.
That is one of the annoying things about Facebook is it starts to filter out what it thinks that you want to see.
Exactly.
And it decides what's relevant. I was in a little bit of a First Amendment argument on Facebook on the Q13
yes.
website. And and it was like I was trying to refer back to what people were saying, and Facebook had filtered them out.
Right.
And so it was like,
yeah, it's sketchy.
come on, Facebook. Come on, Zuck. You can do better.
So Lindsay posts non-athlete of the week nomination, which we got a bunch on there, by the way. I'm excited to get to. But worth sharing, Elma and Hoquiam varsity youth football players praying together after the game on Saturday, too. So I don't know. With everything that went on this week, I guess I felt a little bit more inspired. Justin always does an excellent job, especially on this show, of being very bold. And so I guess I feel a little bit more inspired too that, we shouldn't be afraid to share the gospel and share our beliefs and get excited about cool things like that happening on football teams or on any team. And so I just wanted to share that to start off the show.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
Yeah, because we focus on local sports.
Yeah.
But the reason that sports are a good thing is not really because they're fun. They are fun, but it's important because it teaches, when it's done properly, it teaches things like leadership and brotherhood and like building community.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the really important things that we want our communities to be able to get out of sports.
And here I thought it was important because you might be able to earn millions of dollars if you were really, really, really good. But, Holly, you just disabused me of that notion.
I know. Yeah, that's what every kid's dream is. But it's the 0.1% that make it there. It's not too much higher that gets their school paid for it or even gets to play at the next level. So, yeah, just wanted to bring that up to start the show. But now we're going to, grind through our local sports roundup. We can each take turns. I'll start because the first one is that Aberdeen game, and I've got some extra pieces of paper, but otherwise you can just kind of read down and take what you can. Shawn and Andrew of our local sports roundup. I got to say, Justin being gone the first 2 weeks of football season is a Travis mockery. He shouldn't be allowed to take this vacation time at this time of year anymore. Doing his job is a lot, and it's really hard.
Is he still down in Texas?
He is. Well, he's on a plane at the moment, but they're flying back from Texas.
He hasn't even sent us audio updates to play or anything.
No, nothing.
He's really slacking.
Yeah, hasn't called into one of the shows.
So he's really on vacation.
Idiot.
Yes.
Jerk. All right, let's get it rolling with the local sports roundup.
Okay.
That's not the right one. There we go. All right, we're going to go through the Twin Harbors High School football scoreboard for week 2. As I mentioned, Aberdeen fell to Stillicum in a non-league matchup. This was a hard-fought game. We saw some highlights on both sides of the game, of the ball for the Bobcats. Riley Wixon with 14 carries, 102 yards on the ground, just had an excellent game for the Bobcats. Mason Hill, their quarterback, was 9 for 14 for 15 yards, and Adonis Hammonds had a 102-yard pick six. He also had 6 catches for, I think, 42 yards, but I missed one play, so I'm not positive on that.
Good for Adonis.
And, yeah, excellent game for Adonis, and he also actually threw a pass and connected for a 24-yard connection with his buddy Ryder Creamer, the tight end on that play. The other touchdown for the Bobcats was scored by Micah Schroeder, one of my favorite kids on the team. He was just absolutely hounded by Stillicum all night, and talked to him a bit afterwards, and he was definitely a big part of Stillicum's game plan to stop, which understandable when you see the type of athlete that Micah is, but good game for him as well. And again, just a tough loss for the Bobcats, but an excellent game, and I think one that they'll be able to build on in the next coming weeks.
And the Montesano Bulldogs beat the Ridgefield, I'm just going to call them Burger Makers because they have an In-N-Out there in Ridgefield now. So we're going to go with the Ridgefield Burger Makers. Monty beat them 35-7 Torrin Kreitz had 55 yards receiving and 3 rushing, and Zach Timmons also had 135 yards rushing and 36 receiving. But Monty took care of business, and that's all the info I have on that particular game.
Yeah, I've got more on Torrin Kreitz's game after that. Those were like the low points of his game. Like, he had a really good game, so we'll have more on that in a little bit.
Okay.
Kingsway Christian 57, dang private schools, to Hoquiam's 35 at Hoquiam. I was getting updates from my mom, who showed up to watch the band, but then was texting me some scoring updates from that game. KJ McCoy, the freshman quarterback for the Grizzlies, had 5 touchdowns, 321 passing yards, and no interceptions in that game. Highline beat Elma 31-28. Colt Landstrom, and wow, and again,
that's the highlights I have.
Sorry,
That's all right.
Again, some of these are just scores. Winlock and Acosta beat Winlock 48-12.
Winlock, home of the world's largest egg.
It is also the Cardinals.
That's the highlight there.
By the way, Ridgefield Spudders. So not much better than the Spudders. They like potatoes.
Pudders.
That's them. Ridgefield.
You're not making
Spudders.
that up?
Not making that up. Ridgefield Spudders.
They should definitely change it to the
Burger Makers.
I don't even know what a sputter is. Is that one who grows potatoes?
I assume so.
Potatoes. You can boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Yes.
Their mascot, Samwise Gamgee, sitting on the... Well, Mr. Frodo,
I've got a brace of conies.
we just got beat by Monty.
Oakville knocked off North Beach 32-22. Lake
Sorry, Ridgefield.
Quinault. Don't be sorry. The Washington School for the Deaf beat Lake Quinault 25-7. Blaine lost to PL Willapa Valley 27-13. Wishkah Valley took down Merriam Knight. Gosh, I feel like that's got to be a rivalry. Wishkah versus Merriam Knight, like the two schools out in the middle of the woods. Wishkah won 39-6. And now let Andrew read some prep volleyball if he's ready to do some reading, or Sean can read that.
I can do that.
All right.
Aberdeen beat Hoquiam 3-1. Go Aberdeen. Standout Aberdeen junior libero Sophia Knutson. I should have known that. Sophia Knutson found a groove to start a pivotal third set that led to the Bobcats running Hoquiam out of the gym.
Also, this is a very long story, Andrew.
Aberdeen took an early lead it would never relinquish en route to a 25-18 first set win, only to see an early lead in Game 2 slip away as the somewhat depleted Grizzlies secured a 25-21 win with a kill by junior outside hitter Haley Burgess after a long volley.
Have you noticed how violent the sport of volleyball is? They have kills and hitters.
Volleyball's a legit sport. I enjoy volleyball. With Hoquiam ripping momentum from the Bobcats' clutches, Knutson used her intimidating jump serve.
The Daily World. Thank you, the Daily
World.
World.
Power Aberdeen to a 14-1 lead-in to open the third set, including 7 aces to turn the tide of the match. Aberdeen never trailed by more than 9 points the rest of the set and took a 2-1 lead with the 25-12 third set victory. The Bobcats' strong service game continued to wreak havoc on the Grizzlies in the fourth set as Aberdeen opened up an 8-1. I can't read numbers. 8-1 lead on an 8-point streak by junior setter Mia Halleck.
Attaboy.
Who had 3 straight aces with her own jump serve.
Sweet.
Aberdeen held the lead throughout the remainder of the set, winning the match when a ball put over by Hoquiam sophomore outside hitter Aaliyah Kennedy sailed wide out of bounds. Knutson went 22 of 25 from the service line and had a team-high 11 aces to go along with 16 digs, proving once again why she was named the 2A Evergreen's first team libero a season ago. Halleck had 5 aces and a game-high 21 assists, while Aberdeen freshman Emilia Cohn added 6 aces, 6 kills, and went a perfect 12 for 12 from the service line. Hoquiam was led by setter, is it Mia?
I I think it's Maya.
Maya Stancypher with 17 assists, and Caitlin Broadhead and Karen Para with 12 and 11 digs, respectively.
Well done, Andrew. Good
Other
job.
games, North Beach won 3-2 over Elma. Adna beat Montesano 3-1. Good for Adna.
No.
Nacelle won over Wishkah Valley 3-0, and Tahola won over Merriam Knight 3-0.
All right.
That's too bad.
Sean, I'll let you do the
All right.
soccer.
Girls prep soccer. Montesano 4, Vashon Island 0. Montesano got one of its top scorers back. Sorry.
Phone refresh.
Montesano got one of its top scorers back in the lineup, and it showed on the scoreboard as the Bulldogs beat Vashon Island 4-0 on Thursday at Vashon Island High School. Monty senior forward Lex Stanfield returned to the lineup after missing a game due to a pulled quadricep and immediately made her impact felt, scoring a goal off an assist from sophomore Ashley Hill just 3 minutes into the game. Stanfield then scored an unassisted goal to put Monty up 2-0 in the 28th minute. Monty padded its lead with a goal by sophomore midfielder Lainey Robinson, off an assist by junior midfield Haley Schweppe in the 35th minute. Schweppe scored in the 61st minute to put the finishing touches on the victory, her third goal in 3 games. She's proving her worth for us, and I'm guessing that's Coach Fidel Sanchez.
Yep.
Said of
Well done.
who I graduated with, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Fidel's a great guy. And said of last season's state cross-country champion, she's adapting to the system, and we are happy to see that.
Yeah, and I take out all the quotes. Thank you again, by the way, to the Daily World. Justin makes it a lot less plagiarism when he does it. I do a lot more plagiarism. But we are subscribers. We do pay for a monthly subscription to the Daily World, so that's how we rationalize it. And we encourage you, Andrew, that is the end of the local sports roundup. I just called you my son's name. Wow. That's the end of the local sports roundup. Again, thank you to the Daily World for that information. Also, go and subscribe to the Daily World. We need to support our local newspapers and local news outlets.
Absolutely.
I've got some more information on the, Hoquiam game. We've got some athletes of the week that were in some of those games that we mentioned that I have more information on. I'm gonna try and see. I got some information from one of the Hoquiam coaches, Kenny Wakefield. He said Knight Turpin opening series forced a fumble with Kingston Case recovering it. Giovanni Koth had a great game with 2 receiving touchdowns. Ethan Byron with 2 receiving touchdowns. There was another play that Giovanni Koth caught it, ran for about 30, and right when he was getting tackled, pitched it back to Ethan Byron. Oh, I love that. And he ran it in for a touchdown. So technically, Ethan had 3 receiving touchdowns, even though he just got it. That's a crazy thing to try and figure out the stats on. That was some added information from Kenny Wakefield. They did lose that game, big. What was it, 57? Was it 57-35? But Kingsway, again, one of those private schools, and Hoquiam is a very young roster that's up and coming right now. So kind of impressive that they didn't just roll over. And their freshman quarterback had an excellent game as well. We got some more local sports after a commercial break upcoming.
Before we do a commercial break, I just want to. I've got more information about the Spudders. It is literally because they grow a lot of potatoes. In the region.
Fiddly-dee potatoes.
That's not the best part. The best part is that Union Ridge Elementary, which is an elementary school in the district, uses tater tots as their mascot.
Well done.
That must be a historical thing, because I don't think in the suburbs now, which is what Ridgefield is, that they actually grow that many potatoes anymore.
It has a agricultural history in the early 1900s. They both potatoes and prunes.
Dude,
potatoes and prunes.
And prunes.
That's an interesting mix.
Yeah.
Yes. If I was a student there, I would call my student section the tater salad or something like that.
They call me
Tater salad. That's almost as good as Papermakers. Let's see.
I like Papermakers.
Papermakers is a good one.
Yeah.
There's some. See,
also not an accurate mascot anymore, as Camas is a very upscale, very wealthy suburb of Portland.
yeah. All those schools down there are now Vancouver and Portland suburbs.
Yeah.
And that's why they're growing. Like,
yeah. I
which-
think Camas is like really, really wealthy.
yeah, I think you're right there.
Built
Chase,
on a paper empire.
let's see. I was gonna mention really quick. That's my one. Like, as much as I love being a Grizzly, the Grizzlies, the Bobcats, the Eagles, and the Bulldogs, all very generic mascots.
Yes, that's true.
Like, I wish we had some. I don't know what it would be.
And Grizzlies were actually never indigenous to the Olympic Peninsula, so that's
exactly
that's a knock on the Grizzlies.
Yeah, technically
Says
we should
the Bobcat,
technically we should be the Black Bears.
the Black Bears.
So
But Chitwins is already taken, Daniel.
that's a good point.
Actually, I don't know which one was named first.
That's an excellent question. I don't know. Either way, I think Grizzlies probably came. The Hoquiam's school probably came first because I think Tahola. I think all their kids used to go to North Beach. I'm not sure. I might have to ask Clarence on that history. Andrew, if you remember, ask Clarence about that. We got local sports coming up more after this because we have our athlete of the week, our Spivey Realty athlete of the week.
And it was a really good day for Seattle sports, too.
It
We
was.
definitely have to talk about that.
So keep tuned in because we are going to get to both after the break. Also, I'm going to read some comments because we actually got some people are watching. Let's do
I
it.
don't think I've ever been here when we've had that many views.
Dude, I know. People are actually like
People are
looking
like
at the screen.
engaged. They want to hear.
I
They
love
want to
it.
hear about sports today.
Woo!
Do you have a legal situation and need someone on your side? Let the law office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz be your advocate. If you've been the victim of medical malpractice, suffered a personal injury, or need representation with real estate law, small business law, or estate planning, let Jeff Domashevitz put his 29 years of experience to work for you. Call Jeff Domashevitz today at 360-612-3991 or visit domashevitzlaw.com. That's DAMASIEWICZLAW.com.
Shawn continuing Justin's proud tradition of forgetting that his mic is always hot.
We
because-
might not have ever told him that. In his defense,
Oh, well,
I
you
don't
heard
think
that?
if you can hear it in your ears, it's live.
But he took his headphones off during
Oh.
the commercial.
That's right. Because when I'm eating my chips, I hear myself chewing, so I don't want that. But that probably means that you hear me chewing too, and that's probably not good for anyone. So, sorry, Richfield.
My
We
wife
don't care about Richfield.
My wife is just trying to sabotage the show by providing chips
Dude,
and
so
bean
many
dip at the beginning.
Delicious snacks. Homegrown
dip.
beans with like warm bean dip. We've got pickled green beans. Like,
Double beans. It's going to be a rough ride home.
don't worry, we're both gonna suffer through it together. Chase says football brings people and communities together. After this week, it was cool to see the crowd in Elma on Friday and all the conversations around the college and NFL games over the weekend. Andrew commented back. I'm not going to read his comment. Nobody cares, Andrew. I'm just kidding. Daniel says, that's cool, Chase. Good positivity. Then Daniel says, the Tater Makers. Chase says, I'll send you the Elma stats real quick, Daniel. Oh, good. I need some more stats. Just so you know, Chase, Justin did send me what you sent him. So, and
I
then
do have random potato knowledge for you.
I'm
Is
going
it
to
a
read
good time?
right after I read Francis's comment, which
No,
he said.
don't read Francis's comment.
Well, he's not talking about the Yankees, so
It's
I'm
not
gonna read.
important.
I'm gonna read every. Francis says, "Big fans of the starches and regularity, sputter because in Ridgefield, potatoes and prunes.
And prunes.
There we go.
There you go. So, the number one potato growing county in the world is actually in Washington State. Everyone thinks that Idaho is the big potato state, and it is.
Yeah.
But Grant County, Washington grows more potatoes than any county.
Take
and also,
that.
90% of McDonald's French fries, at one point, I'm not sure if this is still accurate, but 90% were grown in Grant County, Washington.
Worldwide
Well, I
or
think US.
nationwide? Okay,
Nationwide.
nationwide. That makes
Yeah.
more sense. one, take that, Idaho. Just because you're good at something. See, Washington's not known for growing potatoes because we're known for doing lots of other even cooler things, but we're also better than you at growing potatoes, which is what you say you're good at. So, suck it, Idaho.
There you go. Sorry to all of our Idaho listeners.
Daniel says
just burning bridges.
potatoes keep their eyes on the ball. Yes.
That's really bad.
Why? What am I missing there?
Who was
Potato
that?
That was
eyes.
Daniel
That was
Gross.
my brother. Yeah.
Oh, eyes. Oh.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Although in the
That's
case
good,
of
that's good.
potatoes, wouldn't it be more like orb or elongated? Anyway,
Kind of fits with football.
yeah, no.
All right, I'm gonna read through the nominees. We have some tough work. Right before I get to the nominees, Chase just sent me some more Elma stats to go with their game. McGaffey was 12 for 31 with 197 yards and 2 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions though. He also had 12 carries for 89 yards. Colby Rademacher, I love that name, Rademacher, had 10 carries for 32 yards. Dayton Brookins, 5 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. And then Colt Landstrom, who we're about to get to more, had that crazy game. Isaac and Colby each with 7 solo tackles. Isaac with 10 total. Colby with 16 tackles. Wow, Colby had 16 tackles. That's a ton. Reggie Ward and Caden Rademacher each with a sack. Colt also with that punt return and field goal return that we talked about as well. All right. We have some tough work ahead of us. We've got a lot of nominations and a lot of really good stats here. My sister's watching. She says, the scrimmage, creating competitions out of things nobody cares about. And then she says potatoes.
I deeply
Hey.
care that we're better than Idaho at
Yeah.
potatoes.
You know what? Idaho cares about
Deeply.
potatoes.
I love everything that Washington is better than anyone else at. Apples, potatoes, pears, cherries.
Mount Rainier.
Mount Rainier, the best mountain in
Yes.
the yes.
We're the best.
Is it the best mountain in the lower 48?
Oh, it's not even close. There's only one mountain that even rivals Mount Rainier, and that's Denali in Alaska.
Right.
Like I've seen both.
That's why I said
And-
lower 48 because I wasn't sure about Denali.
It's not even close. I've hiked. Yes.
I've heard Denali's pretty insane.
Reluctantly, I have to say that Denali's probably a more impressive mountain than Mount Rainier. Reluctantly,
Well, yeah.
but
I'll go with
Mount
that.
Rainier's number 1 in my heart.
I wonder if Denali, scale wise, is the same size compared to Alaska as Rainier is compared to Washington.
That's an interesting question.
I don't know, but I think Denali actually has the highest vertical relief. So the north face of Denali, which is called the Wickersham Wall, is 18,000 feet of vertical. And when
insane.
I lived in Alaska, I lived in Fairbanks, which is 160 miles away.
When did you live in Alaska?
2000. I was a tour guide up there.
Wow.
And I could see it clear as day on a clear day from Fairbanks. It was
That's crazy.
160 miles. And that's like not road miles, crow miles.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
incredible.
That's insane.
Although they don't have crows up there. So it's more like bald eagle miles, which are trash birds in Alaska. But that's another show.
Yep.
What?
They just, bald eagles are like, no one in Alaska is impressed by a bald eagle. They just like carve them because they know tourists will buy them. But they're just like, if you want to see a bald eagle, they'll like send you to the local landfill because they're there like off of all the garbage.
If you go up and visit the Skoke River in the next month or so, you'll see exactly what bald eagles are like. Dead fish everywhere, bald
They're
eagles
gross.
everywhere on the dead fish.
They're really cool. I will admit they're really cool, and I love to see them. But
Yeah.
if you actually think of like in the pantheon of birds, they're kind of gross birds. Of the raptors, they're like the rats of the sky.
down here though, like my in-laws live on the river on the Chehalis,
Yeah.
and I will see there's a pair of bald eagles that like always
Yeah.
hang out around their house.
They're beautiful.
And they're diving catching live fish. So I see that happen
Really?
sometimes.
Bald
yeah.
eagles?
Yeah, dude.
Not ospreys?
No, I've seen
got
bald
ospreys,
eagles go down and grab a fish out of the water. So You're telling me that Alaskans
So you're
are just
telling me
leaving
they're
too much
fish
easy stuff out there.
stealers.
Yeah, exactly. No, your uncle is about to get really upset with them, I bet, because they're going to be fishing there soon. Francis says bald eagles are condors with better press. So are they all just scavengers pretty much? Like, is it rare for them to get their own food? Is that what you're saying?
I think bald eagles are mostly scavengers. Yes,
Gotcha. Darn it.
mostly.
Beautiful raptor, but lazy when they can be. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, I don't
they're
seem
smart.
Yes, yeah, they're smarter than you. They're efficient, dang it. I'm gonna say that I always love Mount Rainier because I remember once I always get into feuds with my cousins because they live in Oregon, and
It's not even close.
and
Like,
my
I will
cousins are
not
like.
even.
My cousins are like, oh, people in Washington are like, oh, the mountain's out, but we have like many mountains. And I'm like, no. We have many mountains too. We just have one that's better than all of yours by far.
That's the argument. Just send any Oregonian up to the North Cascades, and it's like they will go home with their tail between their. If they want quantity over quality,
Yeah.
send them to North Cascades National Park, where they made a national park because the quantity and the quality is just so insane.
Absolutely.
Oregon has nothing like that, and Mount Hood is like an Etsy version of even Mount Adams. like Mount. It's not
Etsy,
even.
Is Etsy better than Wish, but not as good as Timu?
I should have said Timu. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
a Timu version.
There we go,
Yeah.
the Temu version.
The Timu version.
So here's another. Just because we're on the topic, and we're gonna get to our athletes of the week. I'm sorry for you guys who are watching and for the athletes of the week. But while we have a captive audience,
Right.
I'm gonna trash Oregon some more.
You know
But
what the
actually-
only good thing about Oregon is?
Their coast.
From parts of it, you can see Washington.
All right, so most of my arguments come against because my cousin lives, as I said, I have cousins who live in Oregon, and one time she posted the mountain things, and this is how terrible of a person I am. I didn't attack it at the time. I like to hold it in and talk to other people about it because I'm a terrible human. But I figure if she posted on social media, then it's fair game for something like that, right? So she also said that Oregon's coast is like beaches and cliffs and coves, and Washington's coast is like sloughs. And I'm like, that's not the coast. You're driving inland. The coast where you're seeing sloughs, Long Beach. The longest beach in the entire world is
Which
on
isn't
the
actually
coast.
true, but that's
Oh,
all right.
it's not true?
No. But
They say it's true.
They say
Google
it's
said it was true.
No, it's
I
like
looked it up.
there's a beach in New Zealand that's 90 miles long, unbroken on the North Island. But
Dang it,
yeah.
New Zealand. Second largest beach in the
Is
world.
New Zealand real though?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's just Lord of the Rings
Is
country.
it just like that's CGI Middle Earth?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like,
But also, we have like cliffs and awesome beaches and stuff
So-
in the northern part of Washington. Like
the northern
the-
2/3 of the entire state. Like the beach is so good that they made a freaking national park. How
Yes.
many national parks are on the coast of Oregon?
Yeah.
Huh, Oregon? Can
Yeah.
you tell me that?
I don't
I'm
know.
waiting. I'm looking in the comments, waiting for you to tell me how many national parks are on the coast of Oregon. Oh, it's 0. Yeah. So anyway, suck it, Oregon.
Suck it, Oregon. That's the title of this week's show. Suck
And
it,
by the
Idaho,
way-
and suck it, Oregon.
Ducks too.
Yes. I don't think you'll find any dispute among that in the comments. Let's see. I got a couple more comments to get to, and then we'll get to the athlete of the week. Let's see. Daniel said, "Isn't a condor a hole in one on a par 5?" Oh, no, I think it's.
Has that ever happened?
I'm not sure if it's ever happened. So you got a birdie, then an eagle. An eagle is a hole in one on a par 3, or 2 on a par 4. A condor, I think, is a hole in one on a par 4, and I think that's what a condor is, Daniel. I don't know what a hole in one on a par 5 is because I don't think that's ever been done.
A condor is 4 strokes under par.
Oh,
on
so
a
it is.
single hole.
So that is on a par 5. What's
Or on a theoretical par 6, a two
Albatross? Thank you, Bitcoin hoodie guy. Albatross
Who's
is
that?
a hole in one on a par 4. Bitcoin hoodie guy is somebody who usually comments Elma things, but his name is Bitcoin hoodie guy.
All right.
And he also popped McGaffey in for Athlete of the Week. Daniel then says, Shawn took the words out of my mouth with that. Actually.
Yeah. Actually.
Actually. All right, let's
I
get
try
to
not
these.
to be too obnoxious with that, but sometimes I get a little carried away.
I love it. That's why we like having you on the show, Shawn.
Actually,
You're not afraid to throw out your
Shawn's a
comments.
jerk.
All right. So the nominees for Athlete of the Week, as I received them and put them on in no particular order other than me copy and pasting stuff. Torrin Kreitz, 7 tackles, a strip fumble, scoop and score, another fumble recovery, a rushing touchdown, a blocked field goal, and 55 receiving yards and 3 rushing yards.
That's a very multi-purpose game.
Absolutely. In a win over mashed potatoes. KJ McCoy, the freshman quarterback for Hoquiam, in a loss, which is a point against the fact that you lost the game. But we know when we get into tight discussions, you have to find ways to downgrade or upgrade things. He had 5 touchdowns, 321 passing yards, and no interceptions.
That's an impressive game.
Pretty darn good. Riker Maxfield had a dominant cross-country win. It's tough for cross-country athletes because they can only win.
Yeah.
Like, they can't do much
It's like-
else than that. So, generally, we
You
kind
had more steps.
Exactly.
You did it in the least possible amount of steps.
A lot of times, like, we start giving them awards when they start winning, like, districts and
Yeah.
regionals and state and stuff like that. But we will recognize Riker. He's an excellent distance runner.
Good job, Riker.
Sophia Knutson, 22 of 25 from the service line and had a team-high 11 aces to go along with 16 digs. Colt Landstrom for Elma. Knutson, by the way, for Aberdeen. Landstrom for Elma had 7 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. A punt return touchdown and a 75-yard blocked field goal for a touchdown. Also, just like him and Kreitz, both like very
Yeah.
multi-purpose success there. Lex Stanfield, 2 goals versus Vashon. Take that, Kai. And 2 goals versus University Prep. Both wins for Monty soccer team. Chris Banker, we got this from our Facebook page as well. Raymond South Bend was down 14-0 at half against Rainier. Came back and won 27-26. Now listen to these stats. Andrew, I want you to listen. This is going to be an important one. Banker had 3 touchdowns and broke the Raymond South Bend record with 284 yards rushing. 235 of those were in the second half alone.
That's insane.
That's going to be tough to beat. And then we also got Aaron Black for Montesano High School Golf. 38. Wow. That's actually a really impressive score. A 38 at Oaks Ridge on Monday against Elma. And a 34... That's impressive too. A 1 under at Tahoma Valley Golf Course Wednesday versus Tenino. So we've got a ton here, and some really, really good ones.
These are tough.
It's rare to see a high school golfer go under par.
Yeah, that's an impressive performance.
I know where I'm leaning, but dang, is there a ton of good stuff.
I'm a little biased. I have 2 of my I used to lead Young Life, as you guys
Right.
know, but
Yep.
2 of my former Young Life kids are on here.
You got
Lex and Torin, and they're both really, really great.
We appreciate the disclosure.
Thank you. Yeah.
And so it's really hard to vote against Mr. Banker down in Raymond South Bend.
That's what I was leaning.
What
I thought
record
this-
do you know what record he broke specifically? It was single game rushing.
Single game rushing yards.
That's pretty impressive.
in one half.
That's
Pretty much. He pretty much
Yeah.
did all of it in 1 half.
And 3 touchdowns.
why weren't they letting him run in the first half?
And yeah, it was 14-0 at half.
It's like you're holding back, and then you're
Right.
like, release the Kraken.
Release the banker.
That is
I thought this was going to be a really hard decision, but
a school record is pretty
a school record's
Impressive.
insane, and they got the close win. So it wasn't like a school. A lot of times you see school rushing records in like blowout victories.
That's an excellent point.
You know,
Yeah.
like I remember, gosh, what was this kid? Artemis. He was a Hoquiam kid, Artemis something, and he just dominated. I think it was like Stevenson or or no, I think it was Seton Catholic, but it was while Seton Catholic was like only like a 4-year-old private school, so they hadn't recruited everybody yet. Because now they're really good, but at the time they were still like just a tiny school. And I love that you're roasting Fritos over there with the lighter.
With the lighter.
With the lighter you found.
I don't even know why.
But he had like
probably just put that away.
He had like 300 yards, and I think he was either close to or he broke Nolan Hoynes' record. But the crazy thing was, like, that was a blowout win.
Yeah.
It is rare to see a school record in a 27-26 win. I think this has all the escalators except for like a rivalry game. Like Raymond South Bend is not a rival with Rainier, but this is impressive.
Yeah, that is. I agree.
And so I'm gonna put my vote to Chris Banker, but this is no slight to Torin, KJ, Riker, Sophia, Colt, Lex, and Aaron. Like, you guys all had crazy performances, but that's where my vote's going. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna second that. Again, no slight to any of the other ones, but just the singularity of that performance is tough to overcome, and so I vote for Chris Banker from Raymond South Bend.
Andrew, you good with that?
Yep, I like that.
Unanimous decision. The late nominee of Chris Banker, down 14-0 at half. The comeback victory, 284 yards, school record. Or team record, since it's technically 2 schools, 3 touchdowns, 235 yards of those in the second half. You are our Spivey Realty Athlete of the Week. Well done, sir. Also, gonna announce a new little partnership. I mean, I guess it's not a new partnership since it's with Spivey Realty, but we've been working with their fearless leader, Kevin Spivey, on this, and they have a cool magazine that we're going to be featured in with our Athletes of the Week for them for the month.
Awesome.
Yeah, so they have, as I said, they have a monthly magazine that our Athletes of the Week are going to be featured in. So if you have a chance to find it, it is the what's the name of it? Sorry, I'm trying to find the specific name. Grace Harbor RE Magazine. So it's the Grace Harbor Real Estate Magazine put out by Spivey Real Estate.
Awesome.
And we're going to have a full page in there with our Athletes of the Week featured in there every month. So
that's some pretty incredible exposure. Awesome.
It's going to be really cool. So go and check that out as well. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Spivey Real Estate and the Law Office of Jeffrey A. Domashevitz. And congratulations to Chris Banker, our Spivey Real Estate Athlete of the Week. I'm sorry your career has now peaked, but, plateau. Keep it going, win another one, and be our
Just
guy.
keep setting that record.
Absolutely.
That's right.
We have some really fun stuff coming up in the 2-minute drill and regional sports coming up because, hey, Seahawks got a dominant win over some former players or a former player today, as well as a complete goober in Aaron Rodgers. Dude's a weirdo. But also the Mariners are on a 9-game winning streak.
We're not holding back on the opinions today.
Not at all. Keep it tuned here. We got some fun stuff here. And also, Sean hates fun. Also, after the break, right here on the Scrimmage.
Where is it? This is me. There it is.
Spivey Realty Group's goal is to make buying, selling, investing, and renting real estate in Grace Harbor simple. They believe in 100% transparency and unparalleled communication with local expertise, tech-enhanced, and top-notch service for their friends, neighbors, and community. Their goal is simple: get a group of strong-willed, hard-working people together who want to make a difference in Grace Harbor and to use real estate as the means of achieving that. Voted Grace Harbor's best real estate company. Find them on Facebook or visit GraceHarborRealEstate.com. Spivey Realty Group, elevating small-town real estate.
All right, we got some more comments to get to before we get this third period of our obvious hockey show underway. As let's see, Daniel says measuring steps in relation to scoring in a foot race would be wild. Yeah, if you did like tiny steps. And then Chase said also 3A school, famously known from our show, never prey on that school's downfall. Those are some bonkers numbers that were just in there. That is wild. The fall of Fart Vancouver, like, You talked to Mike Gross about Fort Vancouver, and they were like a powerhouse when he was in school. Now they are the trash of the trash. It is crazy. They are a 3A school that is allowed to play in 1A, and they are
They have
bad.
a rough football team. Not that people that go to Fort Vancouver are the trash of the trash.
That's a good point. I should be nicer to high
Remember,
school
these
kids.
are high school kids.
That's a good point. You know what,
Trash
Sean?
in the trash. You farters.
Sean, you have an excellent point there. I feel a little bad now. But also, I like to tease Tootle Lake because there's no lake called Tootle Lake.
Yes.
It's Silver Lake and Tootle.
Right.
And they call the high school Tootle Lake. When I found that out a couple years ago, it blew my mind.
I thought it was going to be much more juvenile, and you're
No.
going to say because they toot or something. After Fart Vancouver, it's like,
Well,
the
see,
Tootle Lake Tutors.
Fart Vancouver is a Justin nickname.
Oh my gosh. It's Tootle Lake. Sean, you have forever changed the trajectory of this show. All right. Great comment there, Chase. Yeah, that's wild. All right.
That is a pretty crazy stat, though.
That's bonkers. All right, Andrew, let's get this third period going with the 2-minute drill.
Let's go, huddle up. Gotta hurry. Hey, 2-minute situation, 44 seconds, hand the ball to the ref. Gonna do it right. 3 jet Buckeye on 1 3.
The 2-minute drill starts now.
All right, Sean, we have a pretty close race. Who is your Major League Baseball MVP and why? Is it the Big Dumper or Judgy McJudgerson?
So I think that this is a really close MVP vote, but even though I know I'm biased, I am going to work through that, and I'm going to say that it is Cal Raleigh because he is doing all of this while catching, while being an MVP catcher, while coming off of a platinum gold glove winning, meaning incredible season. But my MVP is Cal Raleigh because no singular player means as much to their team as Cal Raleigh does the Seattle Mariners. And so I'm going to go with Cal Raleigh.
Amen. Preach it. Andrew, what was your favorite part about the Seattle Seahawks win today?
The W. I like the way they finished.
Ooh.
That was all kinds of a weird game, but they finished and won at the end, and that's the most important part. Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards and 3 tutties, including a late go-ahead tutty, but had a big interception late. Do you think he's earned the right to start in New York?
I do, because New York's trash and they shouldn't have even gone to overtime, but they're so garbage they couldn't hold a lead for like 10 seconds at the end of the game, letting the other team, I can't even remember who they were playing, but the other team tied it up with like 13 seconds left. Like, how bad are you that 450 yards and 3 touchdowns isn't enough for you to win the game? Like, just wild. But, oh, I have one more question.
Oh,
It's for
I'm
Sean.
sorry.
But you know what? It's fine.
Let's go.
This leads us right into a discussion that I'm just going to let Sean run, so you can just cut the music
okay.
whenever you want.
All right, bring it.
Sean, Mariners fans like the wave. Do you?
The wave at a baseball game is trash. 100% trash.
You don't need a. We don't need any more than that. That's
But I
true.
want it. I want the full rant. I'm just going to eat some chips for a while. Sean, go for it.
Well, it's just like baseball is so much different than football. The structure of the game and the pace of the game and the concentration and the pinpoint concentration and everything that goes into being a Major League Baseball player. And the wave just does not work in that. And the Mariners fans, and I believe that I'm in pretty good company of who actually has been complaining about this, but they are starting the wave in the worst possible times. Like, they're starting the wave in close games when your pitcher is up on the mound trying to like strike somebody out and hold runners, and they're freaking starting the wave. It's like, first of all, pay attention to the ball game. Second of all, it's your opportunity to cheer when something good is happening. Third of all, you have freaking 2.5 minutes between innings where you can start your stupid little wave. It's just like if you want to do the wave at a football game, fine. Maybe even at a basketball game. I don't care. In baseball, first of all, the stadiums aren't conducive to it because it's not continuous. You have all these different levels, and then you get this like disconjointed wave, like it went through a nuclear accident or something, because it's like you have one part of the wave over here and the other part over here, and they're just like, and it's like going at like different times, and it's just like, no, the wave is dumb at a baseball game, and just absolutely stop doing it. You're embarrassing yourself.
Wasn't it started by Seattle Mariners fans in the first place?
No, I think it was Seahawks or Husky fans.
Okay.
Although the Raiders, they claim that they they too. But
let them have it.
No, I don't care.
Yeah,
It's
we don't care, but it's
yeah.
not good. So I have two different minds on this. One, it seems like a fun thing to do, but I also
In theory.
I also hate it like while the game's going on. Like you have
Especially
a nice
at
little
a baseball game.
You have a nice break in between
Yeah.
innings. Do weird stuff then.
Yes.
The biggest part that I agree with you on is that it's silly, and what I hate more than the wave is like the middle-aged man who's probably drank too much, who's trying to get everybody to do the wave. We've all seen this guy.
It's pretty
If you've
sad.
been to a Mariners game, he'll do it for like a half hour straight. We'll
I
be
feel
like,
if you've been to a sports
he'll
game,
go
you've
1, 2, 3, and then he'll like start trying to do the wave.
What you
and
do
it'll
is
go
you
for
just
like
buy that guy another beer and hope he passes out. It's like,
Seriously.
hey, why don't another 2 on me, and maybe you're gonna fall asleep because you're obnoxious.
dude, so obnoxious. They
Yeah.
won't stop.
Yeah.
They will not stop. And then you're trying to show your kids a baseball game, and all they're doing is watching this lunatic count to 3 every 10 seconds to try to get the wave to start. It's like, bro, I don't care that much about the wave. Stop it. Especially when Brian Woo's got 13 strikeouts going through 6 innings.
Right, and it's a close game. It's just like, dude, pay attention to the game. It's the freaking middle of September, and we are fighting for our lives, and you're trying to start of the wave at in that situation. Like, do it down in Arizona or something. Like, spring training, do your wave, but not in the middle of September when we are tied, or at that point or tied yesterday.
Yeah, tied.
But it's also started. I was at the game on Friday, and people are like trying to start the wave in like the 8th inning, and it's just like, and it's tied, and it's like, dude, no, pay attention to the game. Like it's just, it drove me crazy. And then when I heard that Goldsmith, I think, was the one that
on the
actually
call.
on the call was like, hey, why don't you try and start that another time? I'm just like, absolutely,
I think he was
Goldsmith.
like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. What are we doing? Like, why are you at a late September baseball game when we're tied for first place and fighting for our playoff lives here, and you're starting the wave? It's like, oh, that's like,
So
no.
do you think?
Sorry,
think
I get a
that-
little heated.
I love it.
Think that this could be a cultural sort of holdover or effect of perennial teams that have nothing to
Sucking?
play for in September?
It might be, and
I was wondering about that, like when he was talking about it, I was like, how do you, like, it's not like people in Seattle don't understand baseball, but they might literally just, the type of person that goes to baseball games in September may not be the type of person that's ever used to caring about the baseball.
That's
Like,
an interesting
like,
question.
Yeah, I like the Mariners,
I think
but I'm
in
going for the atmosphere.
I think in general, I might be wrong on this, Sean. You've been to more Mariners games recently than I have. In general, Mariners fans are pretty good. Like, they cheer a sac fly, and not a lot of places do that. And
Well,
they don't
Yankees
all go
cheer a sac
No,
fly, but
yeah.
that's because they think it's going to be a home run.
That's what I was going to bring up. I was going to say, you don't get a roar every time a pop-up is hit because every Yankees fan
Yeah.
thinks that any
Yeah.
pop-up they hit is going to be a home run. So I generally think that Mariners fans are pretty good. But it does seem like there's this weird disconnect with the wave.
Yeah. I think there is a cultural component of the wave in Seattle. And I think that as you're getting more and more people that are coming back to the games, but I did go, there was a whole time period where I would go to games and there would not be the wave. I think that there was a few years, and then the last couple years it seems like that the wave is starting to becoming a thing again. And I think it's because we're getting more fans, and those fans have this collective memory of doing the wave, and but just no, it's almost as bad as
should the team try to contain it or direct it by doing it at during the 7th inning stretch or something?
Hey, everybody, let's do the wave.
Yeah,
don't do it anywhere else
at a time that's appropriate.
But let's not. 7th inning has so many things going on already.
That's fair.
Right.
But let's do it the 3rd inning
break,
because also when you get into the 7th, you're getting into crunch time, and normally baseball games are really important. Do it in the 3rd inning. You're right, Andrew. I love this idea. 3rd inning wave, and everybody can get it out of their system.
Literally, the wave was getting started on Friday night when Mitch Garver hit his home run.
Are you kidding me?
That's when they were trying. It's a tie ball game, and I can't. Was it the 7th inning that? And that's when people in what used to be King's Court, that's by the left field. Yes, by the left field. They were just trying over and over and over and over and over again to get the wave going. Yeah. And it's just I'm thinking we're literally tied, and we need to win to stay tied with the Astros in a game above 1.5 or whatever games above the Rangers.
Yeah.
And you guys are trying to start the wave. I'm just as you can tell, I'm still a little passionate about it.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
When you take a little kid to the game, I bet they would like the wave.
They're going to forget about it the next day. They don't care. Just call me Wave Karen.
Dude, I'm going to call you Wave King. So true, King. They'll forget the next day. Well done. That was a perfect response to that. Daniel, let's see. We get back to our and we already beefed enough with Fart Vancouver. But, yeah, Chase brought up how they stole a WIA state position out of our league because they were a 3A.
They stole it.
They were a 3A.
They literally took it without asking.
They were a 3A team allowed to play in 1A. So I'll go with him on that.
No intention of returning it.
More like the stupid WIAA gave them one. Then Daniel said, sounds like Tootle Lake lacks spirit. Oh, with this.
Spirit Lake.
Interesting, yeah.
That's a Washington geography nerd statement right there.
Daniel, well done.
Yeah.
That's right up Sean's alley. And then Daniel, this is how ingrained you're becoming in our show, Sean, with 2 weeks in a row. He said a new potential segment, the Sean Shellacking. I'm sure there's many things you would love to complain about on our podcast.
Let's talk about proposals at baseball games, okay?
Right into it. Let's go.
I may or may not have gotten a whole section to start cheering, just say no. Just say no when someone got on their knee to propose.
Yeah.
I was just dude, don't.
Did it go on the Jumbotron?
They were on the Jumbotron.
Oh my
and
gosh.
You could definitely hear "Just Say No" probably across the stadium. That might be a little cynical, but
did she say no?
I don't think so.
No.
So good
no,
for them.
How could she with all of that pressure, people staring at her? Public proposals are weird.
But it's the only thing worse than the baseball stadium proposal, Disney proposal. If you go to Disneyland and propose, I'm just adult Disney proposal, no.
What are you doing?
That is definitely destined for divorce. That's what I'm going to say. The double D right there. Disney divorce.
Okay. Just because we're on the Disney topic, this might burn. We've been burning bridges all day.
Do we want to burn that bridge? You don't want the mouse after you.
We might not want the mouse after me and all of the mousy people.
Are you just going to go? Are you going to do it?
You know what? I'm going to be bold. What's with adults caring so much about Disneyland? I get the people who want to bring their kids.
Yeah,
and it's like a fun place to
excellent.
bring their kids. What I don't understand is like the adults who are like, yeah, we go every year. And I'm like, it's an amusement park. You can go to Wild Waves. Like, I don't know. Why is this such a
Without
thing?
commenting on the pluses or the minuses of whether or not adults should go to Disneyland
Right.
every year.
Every year.
I will tell you this. A Disney vacation costs as much as a European vacation or more.
Oh.
If you can go to Disneyland, you can go to Italy. Why would you not go to Rome if you can go to Disneyland? I'm not saying that it's bad to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I am saying, but if you could go to Rome,
Well,
why would you go to Disney?
and I'm going to
That's
say
my
this. If you go every year to Disney, why not? Like, maybe put it on a rotation, like once every 5 years. Like, why are you going every year?
Yeah, you could go to Vegas.
If you
every
could
other
go to,
year.
if you go to, yeah, I mean, if you have a chance to go to Italy, why are you just going to Disneyland for the 100th time? Like, your kids are going to remember cool stuff about Italy too. You don't need to just have them only have one spot where they're like,
And
was that
again-
97 or 98 or 99 or 2000 that we saw this thing at Disney? Because we've gone there every year. Like, go to Rome. See the Colosseum.
The Coliseum's been there for a long time.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't know that.
It's and I've done the math. It's not even particularly close. Just like it's not like, oh,
I will say, I went to Disney World,
yeah, it's fun.
and we
I went
did
once,
not pay
twice.
as much as you would pay for I'm saying as a child.
Right.
As a child, we did not pay as much as you were calculating for a Disney, a Disney vacation. You can go stay down in Florida and visit a theme park for cheaper than a Disney vacation.
No,
That's
but
true. That's a good
here's
point.
the deal. Yes, you can if you're talking like you can do it cheaper than staying
Yeah.
on property at like the Grand Floridian. But I'm talking if you do that, it's not even close. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking a generic Disney
Really?
vacation.
Wow.
So let's say you go to Disneyland for 4 days and you're buying, so that's like a $700, 4-day park hopper or whatever.
Okay.
And you spend $300 round trip to Los Angeles and then to stay outside of Los Angeles. So we're not even talking Florida. We're talking like, and then maybe you don't get a rental car, and then you're spending $200 a night for a hotel. And you can go to Italy. The only thing that's more expensive is that plane ticket, but it washes out with the price that you're going to pay for your Disney park hopper pass, because lodging, food, all of that is way cheaper in Italy.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know.
I mean, I've gone to Rome and I mean, I spend $90 a night on not a 2-bedroom, but a Airbnb in downtown Rome, and $900 on a plane ticket, and then like a nice meal in Italy, you're gonna spend $20, like
For a nice meal.
for a nicer meal,
Like-
like not a Michelin star meal, but you're gonna get good
How
pasta.
recently?
Dude, you spend...
I went this year.
He went
Okay.
this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was only saying that because I was like, man, I feel like 5 years ago you could get a nice meal here for $20.
Yeah,
Like-
but now you can't. Now you
But,
go to
yeah.
McDonald's and you're paying $20 for like 1.5 people.
You go to Happy Teriyaki right now, like Happy Teriyaki, like without a beverage. I mean, you get the normal like chicken and gyoza, and with a tip,
Yeah.
it's like $21.80.
Yeah. I love how you threw in the 80 because you're that specific.
Because I like Harry Tea.
I like him too.
I like Happy Teriyaki.
I really love Happy Tea too.
And again, I'm not saying that people should go to Disneyland.
Right.
I'm not saying that there's no value in going to Disneyland. I'm just
Justin
saying-
might because he thinks it's run by demons, but we'll leave that for another
just
time.
with your question, like why
Yeah.
would you? It's like, yes, if you can go to Disneyland, you could absolutely go to Italy or go to Spain or go to Portugal, and
Dude.
you could put that in the rotation.
And
Just saying.
like I
love
said,
it.
I went as a kid. I
Me
went
too.
as the oldest kid. I was probably 13 or 14.
Oh, that's good.
And I felt like I was too old.
Interesting.
I
But
did like
the thing
parts
about-
of it.
the-
I didn't hate it.
So-
but I definitely was like, oh, this is really fun for the kids.
That's interesting because I went as a kid that was too short.
Yes.
Oh, that's
And so
a
my
rough
brother-
trip.
Daniel went pre-growth spurt.
Yeah, I went and my brother and sister went on all these cool rides, and the whole time I had to wait outside the stupid "Are you this high?" sign. And I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Like, I was so sad because they went on all these rides. And then the one ride that I was able to go on was Splash Mountain. And the last
Solid
drop,
ride.
but the last drop scared me so much that we have this family photo of like my whole family going, yeah. And I have this face that looks like I just saw death.
It's probably a good thing you didn't go on any of the other
Yeah.
rides.
And here's the other, like so many people go now, you have to, like, you buy your entrance to the park, and then you have to, like, get this other
yeah, I've
ticket
heard about that.
so that
Yeah,
you
yep.
don't wait in line for,
Yep.
like, because otherwise you're going to wait in line for 2 hours
Yeah.
per ride. And so, well, did you buy the blah, blah, blah ticket? It's like, no, so I have to upgrade. And then not only that, last time, so I full disclosure, I've only been to Disney World in Florida.
Okay.
I went to Epcot Center and I bought the Magic Pass, and then I paid above and beyond that to make sure that I could do the really good roller coaster that's there. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster that's at Epcot. Full disclosure, it was incredible. Insane. But I spent $350 to do one roller coaster that lasted 3 minutes.
Wow. That's
$350.
So at that point, it
Wild.
better be darn good.
Yeah. That's
It's
wild.
like there's a lot you can do with $350.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see, Chase. I think a lot of those people went a lot when they were kids, and they just hold on to the happiness and wonder they had when they were kids and try to make their adult lives better. That's you know what, Chase? That is, I think, spot on.
That is
And-
such a measured approach.
And it's also like back when it was affordable. You know, like when adults now were kids, it was
Yeah.
so much affordable.
It was like $60 when we were in high school.
Yeah, and you're right, because I went when I was in high school. I had a group of buddies go. Andrew was busy going to school because Wazoo starts really
Yeah, I was
early.
going to say stupid
Speaking of
WSU
Wazoo,
start.
how about that North
Hey,
Texas
not
game?
important.
Stop it.
Not important. Nobody cares.
Don't bring up Oregon State either. Don't want to hear about it. It's so bad right now. It's so bad.
It's been a rough week for the Pac-12.
All right. Let's see. I think we spent enough time on those things. I'm really encouraged because I'm now excited that I might be able to take my family to Rome now. Is what I'm thinking.
Daniel's like,
I'm like, that's on the table. If I save up for it for a couple years, like we'll do some smaller vacations of like camping in my parents' backyard for a couple years, and we'll save up and we'll go to Rome one year. I'm super excited about that. Also, just side thing, I'm excited. I think in the spring this year, I've been hoping to do this for like 10 years. I think we're going to spring training this year.
Oh, nice. That's going to be amazing.
And the reason why we have a chance to do that is we have friends that we might be able to stay with down there. So
That's really awesome.
that could work.
I've got a big white puppy that's in my lap right now.
It's kind of distracting.
He's just like so content.
He's so huge. Daniel says, I remember similar on both sides. It's 100% the best to not overly focus on the destination over the journey. That's another thing. When I went as a teenager, we road tripped down there.
Yeah.
And that was the most fun part, was driving down there and panicking every time we got lost because we didn't have GPS because we were old. It was a long time ago. I'm old now.
3/4 of the people on the trip, it was like the first time they'd ever been non-supervised.
Yeah, that's true.
It was.
We were supervised by Noel, who was he's like 10 years older mentally than he was like actual age-wise.
I remember when I taught Awanas at CLF, and Noel was like the student leader, and I was probably like 24, and Noel was probably like 12. I don't know how much younger than me Noel is, but he was like keeping me accountable to how I was teaching the kids. Like, really, should we be talking about dispensationalism versus blah 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 blah? And I just made that up, but
Yes, you absolutely nailed Noel. He was our second dad, and even though he was like a year older than us,
I definitely got texts from him during that trip that he hated me for abandoning him, and I'm not particularly mature at that point.
No,
it was
but,
just that he was alone.
Dude, it was wild. It was wild. I was the second oldest on the trip, and as anybody knows, teenage Daniel was not a very mature human.
I've got 2 dogs now.
Yes, you do. Oh, that's awesome. You can see both of them on the screen. All right. Do we have anything else we want to get to, Mariners specific wise? Should I just give Shawn 5 minutes to talk about the Mariners?
What a great game today.
Yeah.
I mean, they're winning when they have to win, which is super encouraging. The pitching seems like that it's back on track. George Kirby was classic George Kirby today.
14 Ks?
14 Ks, and I don't think he had a walk. And one of those solo home runs, the guy just reached down, I mean, like golfed it off of the plate. And so that's super encouraging. The only spot that is like a little bit concerning is like somehow Gino Suarez has forgotten how to hit a baseball. Like I think he's 0 for his last 25 or 24, 25, one or the other. And so we definitely need him to come around and get hot here. But Cal's looking like he's starting to see the ball better, which is, I mean, it's all relative, but he's looking as maybe not as good as he was like in May, but it's getting there. I mean, he's getting a lot more base hits right now. He had 2 doubles on Friday, and he had an infield single today, along with his 54th Mickey Mantle tying home run for most home runs by a switch hitter. And the bullpen has been locked down good, and so.
They've had to be. We've been staying up late every night.
I know, staying up. It's like all those extra inning games. It's like Friday, I was worthless at work. I hope my boss isn't listening to this.
How you know we're old that we're complaining about extra inning games because it keeps us up late.
It keeps me up late. I can't deal with this amount of sleep. And all of that to say that we are now in sole possession of first place in the AL West. We went up a game on the Astros, and it is a very fun time to be a Mariners fan. And Josh Naylor, one of the greatest deadline pickups in the last 10 years. Like he's been awesome.
He's so fun.
I love Josh Naylor.
Absolutely my favorite Mariner, period.
Wow.
And
of all time?
Even better than like Big
current,
Dumper right now?
Current Mariner. Yeah, Daniel, so I admire
because I love
Cal.
him. If they don't re-sign Naylor, I'm gonna be so sad.
I admire Cal.
Yeah.
I admire Cal more than I admire Naylor.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything in common with Cal Raleigh. He's way too. Naylor looks very relatable. He looks like he might hate people.
He looks like he might hate everyone.
He's so fun to watch play.
What did you say? You said Naylor with a huge
RBI
RBI single, and he's standing over at first base like a cat just peed in his cereal, just grumpy.
Now, in his defense, I think his shoulder is hurt. He is playing with a hurt shoulder.
Yeah.
So I'm sure some of the grimacing is just, whatever. But it looks like he's just mad that he didn't score everybody.
Yeah.
Here's what I love about the Mariners. Speaking of that hurt shoulder, like they are just gaming it out right now. Like you've got Naylor, you've got Cal that's still, I mean, he's like I said in my MVP rant, like he is catching, and not only is he catching like almost every game, but he runs out every single ground ball. You will not see him lollygag. I mean, and that's a big old dude, right? I mean, I don't know. He's probably
a big old dude with sore knees.
Yeah,
too.
with sore knees, and
after the game, he's running full speed to get the the celebration's going.
And he's getting every celebration going, and he's like trying to stretch out every and score. I'm just like, today when I can't remember who it was, but Cal, I think, was on first base, and he scored. I think it was early in the game, but he stretched a hit into an RBI, into a run, and I'm just like, dude. I mean, he just plays 100% all the time, and I'm just a little bit worried that he's going to get injured. But I mean, you hear this, like, people are just built different. Like, Cal just seems to be like, he is built different. He is just, as Rick Riz would say, he's some kind of strong. Like, he is just a strong dude. He's got that old man strength already, where he just doesn't wear down. And so they're just really easy, really fun to root for right now.
He's built different in the head too.
Yeah.
Like, the other a few, like, was it last week when he hit a home run when they were one of the blowouts, and on X there were a bunch of Yankees fans talking about, like, oh, like, easy home runs, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, he already has a home run in literally the biggest situation you can put him in outside of the World Series.
Right.
Like, he hit a home run to end the longest playoff drought
in the MLB.
In the major four, like, North American sports.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
it doesn't. That's kind of what I'm talking about when I say I admire him, but I don't feel like I have anything in common with him. The dude is on another level when it matters the most.
Yep.
And I'm watching going, he's so cool.
He's
when I'm
just
watching
unbothered.
Naylor,
Like,
I'm like, I like that guy.
Naylor looks like he plays beer league softball.
Yes,
like that
exactly.
is what Naylor like he looks like. You don't want to cross him in a dark alley, like, because he's just like, he's big, he's kind of always got a scowl, but he's probably a great dude. But Seattle loves him, and by all accounts,
he's a dude you want on your side.
Yes, he is just, and I think I said this last week, and I hate this phrase because I think it's lazy, but he is a professional batsman. Like you are, his baseball IQ is high, and you are just getting professional everything from Josh Naylor.
Was it 8 fouled balls in
yesterday?
a row?
Yeah, because there's an 11 pitch at bat, and it was a 1-2 count when he had the hit. So
and
incredible
with the bases loaded, which the Mariners have struggled with, which is like
forever.
Forever, like, just drives me crazy. Like I mean, you guys are all on group text with me. Like, I will start to lose my mind because bases loaded, no outs, and the Mariners will score so few, like they will get shut
runs,
out.
Bases loaded, no outs is like the Mariners' kryptonite.
When the bases get loaded, my wife and I start competing to predict the embarrassing ways that we will not score. That literally happens.
I have got that on so many group chats. It's like, what's the over-under on no runs? It's just like, well, what's the lineup look like? Because it is so bad.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. Like, Josh Naylor, like, first couple of swings, he's like swinging, like, okay, I'm going to like go for it. And then he shortens up, he chokes up a little bit, shortens up his swing, and he is just making contact on everything.
Yep.
And I think there was 9 pitches in that at bat before he got a ball. So it was all the 2 strikes.
Wow.
And then he laces that single. It was a single down the right field line. And I'm just like,
that was the one where I said he looked at first base. He just looked angry.
He's like, why did I have to put in this much work?
Exactly. The crazy thing, like, where you see his baseball IQ go completely next level is how he can steal a base whenever he wants. Like, it is bizarre.
Is he 250 pounds? I mean,
gotta be.
He's a big dude.
He's gotta be like 5'11", 250 pounds.
And he, like, if Julio Rodriguez had half his baseball IQ, he would break Ricky Henderson's stolen base
if
record.
Julio Rodriguez had his baseball IQ, like we are talking like Willie Mays, Ted Williams territory.
Yeah,
like that talent with that. Like just situational awareness. And believe me, I had the whole mea culpa. That is not a slam on Julio Rodriguez.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like it is just that Josh Naylor is so baseball. His acuity is so good.
He's a savant.
Like yes. And so no slam on Julio on that
What
at all.
I would like to slam.
I've slammed Julio in the past. I've given him more of a pass now. Like,
He's shown that he'll turn it on in the second half.
yeah, but he still doesn't know how to technically steal a base or slide. But for some, he's just so freaking fast.
And he's just talented.
He's
Like,
just so talented that he doesn't
so
have to. Whereas
talented.
Josh Naylor is like, yeah, I can hit, which is one of the, like, that is one of the weird baseball talents. Like, you can be Daniel Vogelback, but if you can hit, you'll find a place in a pro team. Naylor's got that hitting talent. But then he also is like, yeah, I'm going to know the game better than everybody, so I can do all the other stuff
it's
too.
like he's sitting there on first base and he's like, well, that pitcher's at a 13.2 degree angle instead of a 13.1 degree angle, and his arm slot is right there, so I'm going to go ahead and steal this base, and it's not even going to be close.
Yeah,
it's just like, and by the way, I'm not fast, and I'm big, and I'm like don't look like a base stealer, but I've got 30 this year.
30!
Like
30!
He got one while he was still putting his glove
Yes!
on, while the pitcher
like-
was looking at him.
Yeah, he's like, exactly. He's putting his glove on, and he's just like, "You're gonna really like this." And like, here I go. It's just like the audacity.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing that like when I just heard like snippets, but like when he first came over, he wasn't really big on like the trident.
Hated
and
He
I don't
almost
know.
refused it
I
at
don't.
one point.
Yeah, and I don't know that he's like totally in the dance yet. But he might be. But now he's like totally bought it. Like he's a Seattle Mariner, and like the crowd loves him. And
He's got a custom Kraken sweater.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
He's like, he's in.
he's in. He's in. And
Sign
he's like
that man.
on record now. It's like,
Don't fumble
I
this,
really
Jerry.
like it here. It's
Yeah.
like,
He says that T-Mobile's a hitter's part.
yeah, for him. Yeah.
So
sign him. We've never had anybody say that
that
before.
he has to be intentionally
He's-
throwing some shade when he says that. Like,
Dude.
there's right.
Andrew, we've talked about the curse.
He is the best hitter ever in T-Mobile.
in
Park.
T-Mobile.
Really? Better
didn't
than,
I
like,
send
Rafael
you,
Palmeiro?
Daniel, didn't I send you guys that?
Like Rafael Palmeiro
Or
and Mike
Mike
Trout
Trout.
are
Mike-
just like, I mean, Mike Trout, I was at that. So like, I was a huge Mike Trout fan, like just loved Mike Trout. And just because he did everything so well,
Yeah.
and he just was never a jerk, and he, first time I ever seen him play, because he's always been injured when I've seen the Angels play, on Friday, and he is a shell of himself, and that's a sad thing for me,
Yep.
because I hate the Angels, but I do like Mike Trout,
Yeah.
and
His T-Mobile / Safeco Field
I
numbers
used to
are
be
crazy.
so mad when they would pitch to him for any. It's just
Yeah.
like, why are you pitching to this guy ever again in the history of your series?
Yes. I think Naylor's OPS might be higher. Some stat like that. Chase says
looking-
the AL playoff race is crazy right now. Absolutely. Daniel says I assume Josh Naylor, main character energy.
I think he's saying
Absolutely.
that about Shawn O'Neill. Main character energy.
The thing, like, part of the curse, I feel like, of the Kingdom, like, there's been rumors around there. You might be able to talk more about this, but isn't there rumors that Ken Griffey left partially because the park was hard to hit in? Compared to, I mean, there's a whole bunch of things in it. As a kid growing up, I always heard he wanted to be with his dad.
Yeah.
And he took less money than he could have got. Like, yeah, all
he
that.
wanted to play for the Reds. Like, he grew up
Yeah.
a Red fan.
But if he was hitting nukes left and right in Seattle, he probably would have stayed. is my assumption.
Yeah.
But you got a guy coming in saying, "Yeah, I like hitting here," which is the first time you've ever heard that from anybody ever.
Right.
And especially Teoscar Hernandez, who's like, "Yeah,
There's
the
something-
batter's eye,
the batter's
the
eye and
angle.
the-
I
the
can't do
angle
this."
of the pitcher's mound and
Yeah.
everything else. I'm just like, I
I
don't
don't
know about all that. But all I know is that it doesn't seem like, I mean, they're winning like crazy at home, and it doesn't seem like they're having too many problems.
Right now,
Like
the
Cal's
Mariners.
hitting at T-Mobile,
Yeah, the Mariners are a home team right now, which
was not the case a couple years ago.
No.
They were the Road Warriors, and they are just going crazy.
absolutely.
Speaking of which, I wanted I mentioned this because you're talking about like historic Mariners. Should the Mariners start trying to work Alex Rodriguez back into the fold, like for alumni events? It is kind of like it's a glaring omission, and
Yeah.
I have come to the conclusion.
Sean, no.
The answer is yes. The answer. So here's Alex Rodriguez loves for whatever, he is a baseball guy. He loves baseball. Like
Yeah.
he lives baseball.
Yep.
He's a
It's
great
true.
announcer. He is one of the best Mariners of all time.
Yeah.
And I think it's like you work him in pretty easily. Like you have him like throw out the first pitch at a game and just let him know, like, you're probably going to get half booze at this point. But
Was it when they had the All-Star game here? Is that when he did an interview with 710?
oh, I don't know. I didn't hear that, but that would have been fascinating.
I want to say that he did some local radio.
I would
And it
look
was-
that up because
It's interesting because as I've gotten older, as a
Yeah.
kid, I'm like, what a money grubber, throwing we're
then
all
you're
throwing
thinking,
Monopoly money at him.
$300 million.
And then you start to look at it and you're like, now as we're older, we're like, Mariners ownership is cheap. We never go for it. And I'm starting to be like, maybe A-Rod wasn't the villain as much as I thought.
Yeah.
Maybe you just
Maybe
recognize that this.
Maybe it was ownership.
Yeah.
And so that's my thought of like, I'm with you. And then on the other thought, my childhood is like, if we freaking had Alex Rodriguez in 2001, we probably don't lose to the Yankees and we go to the World Series.
If we had Alex Rodriguez in 2001, like that's a 120 win team that
Yeah.
probably like
Yeah,
is a dynasty.
absolutely.
But at
And
the
that's
same
no
time,
shade on Carlos Guillen, who was pretty darn good.
right. But I think that we need to start working him back into like the alum. It took some work with Randy. And to be clear, that was no shade on Randy. Randy just wanted
Yeah.
to stay here, and he was really mad that he got traded. But
Well, yeah,
Griffey
and
didn't
we
leave-
made the bad decision there on that
Like-
one, Randy.
Like Griffey kind of burned bridges both times he left. The second time he left, he wasn't super happy either.
He just
like
left in like the middle of the season, just pieced out and drove
pieced out
home.
and drove
Just drove
from
away.
Seattle to Orlando. Like I'm done.
So
Like,
wild.
was that Mike Hargrove? Was he the manager?
No, it was
McClendon?
later than that.
There? Was it
'Cause
Lloyd?
It was probably Lloyd, but because Mike Hargrove was only there for like 2 seasons, and Ichiro drove Mike Hargrove out. Because the Mariners actually had a really good. I only know this because he's got my last name.
Yeah.
obviously. But the Mariners had a good season under Mike Hargrove, and then the next year there was some beef with him and Ichiro, and of
Oh, I
course Ichiro's gonna win that every time.
Yeah, right.
And so mid-season he like quit / fired was fired. So yeah.
I'm vaguely remembering that.
Yeah.
But people forget that Griffey left just both times. Like not,
Upset.
Yeah, not happy.
Yeah.
And like we've totally forgiven Griffey, totally forgiven Randy.
Yep.
And they're back. Like Randy's taken some work and he's still a little, he's a little touch and go. But it's time to start. Like Alex is a big part of this franchise, and they need to have him throw out a first pitch. They need to do that. Have him like do the little local radio song and dance, and if he does that and just say, you know what, all Alex has to say is like, what I said is it wasn't all about the money. Mm-hmm. And I mean, how can I, as a 26 at that point?
Something like that.
Like, how can you turn down 300, the largest contract? And I shouldn't have said that. Like the money was a huge thing. I think Seattle fans are the most forgiving fan base in like sportsdom, and with the easiest press.
probably
Like,
right.
like,
Yeah.
like it's just like, oh, you say you're sorry. It's like a wave when someone cuts you off in the in traffic. It's like, oh, the wave makes everything better.
Yep.
Like all you have to do is say, yeah, I didn't handle that the best, but
Right.
I was a Seattle Mariner. Welcome back.
I think you're absolutely right. I think the other hard part for Mariners fans is not only did he go money, but then he went Yankees.
Yeah.
But then what he
Yeah.
did at the Yankees, which is like playing second fiddle to a shortstop he was far superior towards.
Yeah.
I mean, what a team thing to do. And I hate saying that about, like, gosh, I've got so many conflicting thoughts about Alex Rodriguez because of all this. But, man, let's see. Daniel says, I think Shawn is right about the M's and A-Rod. Don't like it, but I also think it's aging out the general fan base. Well, I can't. Is there a typo in there? I also think it's aging out till the general fan base will accept him back. I can kind of see that.
I mean, I was a huge Mariner fan in 2000 when Alex left, and I, no question, like, come on back. Like, if he were gonna throw out the first pitch, I'd be up there just to see that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was a rough 3-year stretch, right, as a Mariners fan? Because wasn't it Randy, Griffey, A-Rod in 3 years?
Yeah, and we were good.
Just brutal. And we were good.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part about it, is all these guys were leaving, and it's not like they were like, well, we suck, we're going to go try and win. It was like, no, we're really good, and we're going to leave.
Well,
What a
Randy
Mariners
was
curse
like-
type thing.
Randy
Well, they
was
traded
like
Randy because they thought he wasn't going to last long.
Yeah, not gonna re-sign.
And then turns out he's like modern day Nolan,
Sort of an
Nolan
Eugenio.
Ryan.
I was at the game where he was traded. Like I was
Ugh.
looking down in the dugout, and they had.
Of course you were, Shawn.
Lou Piniella,
Seriously,
like leans
I
in.
was at the game, Shawn.
And they put it on the jumbotron.
Yeah.
And like Lou Piniella leans down, and you just see like Randy go stone cold and like huff out through the dugout. Very sad.
I hate that so much, and it was all because ownership was like, "Well, pitchers don't last long. Who knows?
And
I
he's
mean,
gonna
who
be
knew that he was?
expensive.
Who knew that he was gonna literally be like the
Maybe
next
the best
version
pitcher.
of Nolan Ryan, and he
Like-
was gonna win like 3 Cy Youngs right after that?
Yeah.
Just gross. I need to go home.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna do it for our show today.
We had,
It was a fun show.
yeah, fun show. We've got a lot of viewers today.
Daniel said, meaning the time passed and fans from that time are aging. Oh, that makes sense. And so we're more nostalgic and forgiving now. That checks out.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for our show today. I really enjoyed it. Shawn, again, short notice this week. Thank you for coming on. filling in for
had a good
Justin.
time.
So for our impromptu co-host, Shawn, I was going to say hates Fun O'Neill from the Wave Talk, but really you've proven again, Shawn, I was at that game, O'Neill yet again. Our trusty producer, Andrew, abandons Noel Gross.
Yeah, that happened.
Justin, he's denied vacation time, Damashevitz. I'm approving this now. He is not receiving his vacation pay because he picked the worst time of the year to do this.
Do we get paid for this?
Oh, crap.
Checks in the mail.
And
I'll give you my Venmo.
I've been Daniel, the plagiarist, Hargrove. You've been listening to The Scrimmage.